are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Females made you just.
Girl, shut up. If you have ever been told to shut up, maybe not outright, but in some moments when your ideas are dismissed or your emotions are invalidated or your opinions are overlooked, I've been there too. And so this is what I want to talk about today. Your silence will not protect you. It's a very common quote from Audre Lorde, and our voices matter. Today we're unpacking why. This isn't just about talking, it's about transforming silence into power. We're going to explore Audre Lorde's wisdom. We'll look into Zora Neale Hurston's unapologetic truth and why breaking the silence is critical for personal and collective growth. So, Audre Lorde said, "Your silence will not protect you." Those words shook me the first time I read them because they're true. Staying silent doesn't shield you from harm, it only keeps you from challenging what's wrong. It's not going to stop people from looking at you adversely or treating you adversely. It only continues to allow it to happen. And I remember a time when I felt small, like my voice didn't matter. I was like hesitating. I was afraid of being judged. I was afraid of quote unquote rocking the boat. But when I finally decided to say something, I realized it wasn't just about me. It was about showing up for other people so that they could feel that their voices matter too. And I see this a lot of times when I'm in classes, when I'm in scholarly situations, right? People don't speak. Someone will ask a question and they won't respond. But I realized that one of my best assets was that I had the courage to speak up, even if I was wrong, even if I wasn't the most well liked person in the class. I wanted other people to realize that their voices matter, and I continue to want that. That's the power of speaking up. Your courage becomes someone else's permission to be courageous as well. And research supports this. Diverse voices, when amplified, create empathy. They drive change and they build better communities. So ask yourself, what's holding you back from using your voice? Now let's talk about the shut up mentality. Whether it's the inner voice of doubt or external pressure telling you to stay quiet, there is often things happening around us that make us feel like if we say something, we're going to have some type of adverse action. Well, society often teaches us to downplay our ideas, especially if we're women, especially if we're LGBTQ plus or part of any other marginalized groups. But Zora Neale Hurston's words hit hard. If you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. That's the danger of silence. It allows others to shape the narrative, to define your experience, and to dismiss your worth. Overcoming this mentality isn't always easy, but it starts with acknowledging your fears and choosing to speak up anyway. Girl, shut up. But Martin Luther King didn't shut up. Audre Lorde didn't shut up. Zora Neale Hurston didn't shut up. So many people decided to use their voice. And that is the first step to reclaiming your power and owning your story. And when you do, the ripple effect can inspire those around you to do the same. That's what I'm hoping to do with this podcast. But let's zoom out. Your voice isn't just about you, it's about community. Every major movement in history started with individuals refusing to be silent. Think about the civil rights movement, LGBTQ plus pride, or even the women's marches. None of these happened because people decided to stay quiet. When you speak up, you challenge injustice, you demand change, and you create space for others to follow. Advocacy isn't reserved for a select few. It starts with individuals like you and I, choosing to stand up, even when it's uncomfortable. Your voice is more than a tool, it's a catalyst for change. When I think about this, Shirley Chisholm comes up for me. And this quote that she has that says, "If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair." But as an architect, I have decided that in the future, I'm going to build the table. And remember, at this table, I can't be silent. Even though silence makes us feel safer, it's in the speaking out that we find true power and connection, the true ability to make change. Don't underestimate what your voice can do. And I want you to take this with you. Your voice matters, has the power to challenge, inspire, and transform, not just for you, but for everyone who hears it. So here's my challenge to anyone listening. Think about the last time you stayed silent when you should have spoken up. What held you back? How can you reclaim that moment going forward? Share your stories with me in the comments. Let me know what topics you want us to tackle next. This is about building a space where every voice is heard and valued and amplified. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for being a part of this movement. Remember, stay loud, stay proud, and keep speaking your truth. All of our voices combined can change the world. It has happened before, and it will happen again. History tends to repeat itself, and when the girls show up strong, we are stronger together. I'll see you guys next time.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Females made you just